Each year, over 100 million animals are tested on and killed from outdated tests that try to find the hazards of the consumer products and their ingredients. Out of those 100 million animals, approximately 150,000 are tested on for cosmetics. This shows that we are testing numerous abhorrent animals such as rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, rats, and mice for our own needs. There are plenty of alternative choices that the United States can be doing, but we need a louder voice to be heard in order to make a difference. It only takes one person to be passionate enough to lead the lawmakers in the right direction. Someone needs to be the voice for these poor animals and convince the ban against animal testing. The article, quote, about cosmetic animal testing, end quote, by the Humane Society International says that, quote, typically when animal tests for cosmetics, it can lead to skin and eye irritation, where chemicals are rubbed onto the shaved skin or dripped into the eyes of rabbits. Repeated oral force feeding, studies lasting weeks or months to look for signs of general illnesses or specific health hazards such as cancer or birth defects, and even widely condemned lethal dose tests, end quote. The animals do not have a voice and can't tell people to stop and that they are in pain. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, says that after these tests are done, most of them don't get painkillers and are either put back into the cage to suffer or they will be killed immediately. 92% of experimental drugs that are safe and effective in animals fail in human clinical trials because they are too dangerous or don't work. 92% is a large number, so why do we still continue to test on animals if it is highly likely to fail in humans? It is because in the 1930s, there was a new cosmetic product released called Lashler that caused over a dozen of women to go blind because it wasn't tested on before it was released. Ever since then, there have been U.S. laws that require cosmetic companies to test on animals. Once it can be proven that these new tests are as effective as the old ones, the government will approve the use of replacing animal testing. Until then, there are some ways to get the message across of how animal testing is wrong. A study done by PETA shows that big-name brands such as Avon, Bobbi Brown, CoverGirl, and Estee Lauder are still testing on animals. A way to help end cosmetic testing would be not to buy products from these companies. If we stop buying products from these companies, then hopefully they will stop animal testing and start releasing products that are cruelty-free. The following companies such as Lush, The Body Shop, and Bath & Body Works don't support animal testing. By purchasing products solely from the cruelty-free companies, you will be helping to end cruel tests on animals, while sending a powerful message to the companies that still test. However, there's still a way to make sure that the products are safe by not testing on animals or humans. Technology has advanced throughout the years, and there's no more need for animals to be tested on. The cosmetic industry is capable of using alternatives in order to conduct tests. It is possible to save animals' lives, but it is up to the countries to put a stop to this. According to an article done by Cruelty Free International, says, quote, almost every type of human and animal cell can be grown in the laboratory. Scientists have managed to coax cells to grow into 3D structures, such as miniature human organs, which can provide a more realistic way to test new therapies, end quote. These experiments are most likely known as organs on chips and will hopefully soon turn into humans on chips. This is a way for companies to make sure that they are not going to be selling products that will hurt the customer and they don't have to test on animals or humans. These non-animal alternatives are often cheaper, faster, and more relevant to humans and therefore more reliable predictors of safety. The United States needs to take this matter more seriously. There are already more than 30 countries where this outdated practice has been phased out, including Norway, Israel, India, and every country in the European Union. Europe is the world's largest cosmetic market, and they have already banned the animal testing for cosmetics. Countries whose populations total more than 1.7 billion people ban animal testing right now, and the United States needs to join this ban. Some people think that testing on animals is better than testing on humans because humans' lives matter more than animals. But animals don't have a voice to protect them, so they are easily taken advantage of. Americans need to become more aware of how animals are suffering from animal testing around the country. There are more important issues in the world right now, but animal testing should be taken seriously too, because these animals have rights to live, yet we are torturing them for our own benefit. I hope that you, Donald Trump, will educate our country on what really goes on in animal testing and help put a stop to this. There are organizations such as PETA, Cruelty Free International, and the Humane Society of the United States that are dedicated to help prevent animal testing. If we visit these websites and help, I believe that we can end animal testing for everything. We should urge our lawmakers to support the Humane Cosmetic Act, a federal bill that would end cosmetic testing on animals in the United States. This bill would prohibit animal testing for cosmetics manufactured or sold in the United States. Animals don't deserve such cruel treatment, and I hope that you will help save these lives of these innocent animals.